All right, all right, all right. Checking the mic. Did not have my sound up. I did not. Mic check. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna do a little sound fix. So if you have your headphones on or anything, just mute me real fast. All right, checking the mic levels again. Checking them again. Oh, am I finally loud? Hey, perfect. Aww. R.I.P. Good morning, Pocket Osmo. What are you doing? This thing's killing me. There we go. Good gracious. Holy. All right. Hey, Leia. How are you doing? Leia. Yeah. I was right. Huh. I was like, no, not... My brain just second-guessed me pretty hard. All right. I do want to check. I want to check a couple of little things. All right. Oh, wait. I need, time sensitive. Time sensitive stuff. Got it. Now I want to check this really fast. Here's a jump scare. Pete Hegseth. Just a heads up. We're getting there. There we go. There we go. Just want to know where everything's at. Make sure everything's good, including sound levels. All right, we're checking the sound levels, so you may want to mute me just in case. 3, 2, 1. Is this muted? Hold on.
Well, Mr. Chairman, the Joint Chiefs, Generals, Admirals, Commanders, Officers, Senior Enlisted, NCOs, Enlisted, and every member of our American military, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the War Department. Because the era of
Okay,
the
let me
Department
check with
of
my
Defense
voice on top.
is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those who long for
Beautiful.
peace must prepare for war.
Beautiful.
This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows
Okay,
that.
everybody.
The origin dates to the 4th century Rome and has been repeated ever.
He's a monster. Anyways. All right, so now we can officially start. We can do the thing. Hello, what's up? I'm Jenna Say What, bringing you the news. Despite it being absolute horrific garbage up in this motherfucker. So yeah, hello. How's it going? Why is my chat not working? Also, I need to start doing the whole hello. If you're not following me on my other social media platforms, please do. If you're not following me or ringing that bell on YouTube, doing whatever you can to get my content, definitely hit that up. Do that. It is free, costs you nothing, and it helps me out significantly. So please do that while we're starting. All right. Let's see. So, news, guys. Jesus fucking Christ. There were some things that I was not able to get to yesterday, so I'm just gonna run down some news info. Oh, I was wondering why it was so dark in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's see. We don't have my little lights on back here. What the heck? Boom. Boom. There it goes. And we need our purple light on. Boom. Yeah. Got it. Feels good to be lit up now. There it is. Now we look a little bit better. This is really bright, though. Okay. Now we're in. We got everything set up. So yeah, wow. What an absolute shit show it has been. Is my face like... My makeup was not setting on my face today. It has been an absolute crazy fucking week. Already, and it's only fucking Tuesday. Let's see, we have Trump is now expanding into Saudi Arabia with a $1 billion project, and that'll be dubbed Trump Plaza. Love that for us. Right. Oh boy. So this is the development on King Abdulaziz Road in the heart of Jeddah. There we go. I can pronounce things. Kind of. It will also include a Central Park inspired green park that'll be at the center of the project. So here we have Trump going in and building in Saudi Arabia, which we're putting way too much shit into Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you right now. Like, they're buying up our video games. They're buying up, like, all of these things. They're currently having, like, some bullshit. My hair is, like, going wild right there. They're having, like, some sort of comedy special that's happening over there, which someone leaked the press junket of, like, you know, here's the rules and whatnot, and it is very like, you can't make any kinds of jokes about their government or about them or anything like that, so they're silencing them on that, and I'm just like, you shouldn't be over there in the first place doing this shit. And the same thing with WWE. They're now owned by them, so fuck them. And they make the girls all cover up and everything, which is... Like, you're putting those women in danger just for bringing them over there. So I'm completely blown away that was something that they fucking decided, knowing that the women are the only ones that are keeping those fucking fans, by the way. No one fucking watches wrestling for the beefy guys wrestling, minus, like, the few girls in the fucking audience and the gay dudes that are in the audience. The closeted gay dudes that are in the audience. So it's absolutely fucking insane to me to be like, yeah, let's put these fucking women in harm's way that are literally our fucking cash cows. Sure. Very smart of you. But, yeah, fuck Saudi Arabia. Men really shouldn't be in extreme levels of power anymore at this point. Like, fuck the patriarchy at this point. It's just so bad. But, so now we're spending, like, all this fucking money over there. So that's great. Love that. And I've said it since the fucking jump. Yeah, the women's side is carrying that fucking company. So good luck with that, guys. And I've been saying this since before Trump got into office. And I was like, weebs, fucking listen to me. Fucking listen to me. They're gonna come for your anime waifus, and they are. So now there's going to be 100% tariff on any films made outside of the United States. So that's anime. That's exactly what I fucking said. I said they're going to get your anime waifus one way or another. They're either going to do it through the porn bans or they're going to do it through tariffs or something else to that extent. But they're coming for it. So anime and shit like that is really not going to be a thing if this is going to... It's just going to impact it. Anime is going to be significantly more expensive, for one. I don't know if we'll even be able to like have it on streaming services and things like that. Riles, what you up to? You've been going crazy on the videos. Proud of you. I've been watching, like, you're like all over my feed, and I'm like, it's my girl. But yeah, I didn't get to the anime waifu thing yesterday. And I wanted to just touch on that before. There's a fly in here. I wondered what Bruce was playing with earlier. I was like, is there a fruit fly in here? God damn the fruit flies that constantly migrate in here. Swear to God. Swear to God. So yeah. What else? Oh, there the chat goes. The my chat that I can see on this side. Not this side. Not right here. Just wondering when they're gonna charge him with sedition. I don't... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if he's ever gonna be charged with fucking anything at this point. I mean, and also, I found out that there weren't 3 mass shootings like I had originally reported yesterday. Apparently there were 5 this weekend. Like, 1 in Texas that I missed, and apparently a second one in North Carolina, which I haven't had time to even remotely look at that, because fucking the war general thing, which I was watching, we're gonna get into that. That's gonna be the meat and potatoes of this fucking thing. But I also wanted to touch on the med beds and things like that. I don't know why I realized that my YouTube one is not showing up. My Twitch is. That's very weird. Oh, R.I.P. Stream not found. Red. All right. Oh, there were 6? 2 in Louisiana. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe it wasn't one in North Carolina, because I didn't even have a fucking chance to look at it. So they're like, let's see. I'll see if there is. No, but that was an update to the North Carolina shooting and the Michigan shooting, is that both of them were stationed at Camp Lejeune. And I don't know what that, like, if that means anything or what, but it was just interesting that they came from both the same place. And, like, man, what pieces of shit for doing that? But, like, goddamn, we really need gun reform and mental health care, especially for white men. Jesus Christ. Teardrops, did I say hi to you? Did I skip over that? I'm sorry if I did. Okay, and then there was another, hello! I was like, did I say hi to Teardrops? I was like, I wasn't an asshole, right? No, I totally was. Totally was. There was another thing that I wanted to, chit-chat on, that as a healthcare professional has fucking pissed me the hell off. Because of, you know, me being in the medical field and knowing...
Over the weekend, President Trump posted...
Here we go. So he posted something about med beds, and med beds is a far right QAnon conspiracy. Basically, think Star Trek, how they have those medical beds in the medical bay in Star Trek. This is not what I asked for. I didn't say give me false fucking hope, motherfuckers. I said give me Star Trek. Peace, love, and harmony. Ferengis that look like Quark that want to date me. I'm weird. Thanks, Quark, for ruining my entire existence. But either way, ruin me, Quark. But, like, I want my Vulcans. Hello, Vulcans. What you up to? I want to be the biggest whore on this planet the second that those aliens come to town. Like, the second that they land, this bitch is gonna be naked the whole time. Oh, I will be like a Ferengi. Never mind. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. But, like, this is not what I asked for in the terms of Star Trek. So, med beds are you're supposed to get a card. Trump posted this on his Truth Social, kept it up for hours, and it's a conspiracy. And he's like, all Americans will get a card to allow them access, and all of your issues and everything's gonna go away, and you'll be restored to full health, is what he says. And I'm like, what is this, a fucking video game, bro? What the fuck? And so it makes me really, really upset that he posts this after they are cutting healthcare to Americans left and right, to where we can't even go to the fucking doctor. Like, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. There's so many fucking, I want you to know, I was feral at the, it too. I was fucking feral. The second that he licked that glass, I went fucking insane. And I never went insane. I was like, oh my god! I was like, ah! God. Like, and what was really hilarious is the person I was with who never got that reaction from me whatsoever had to witness me having a system overload out of thirst, which I never did for that person. So, you know, it's funny. It's funny times. But goddamn, did I go feral. Am I gonna see the new one? Fucking absolutely I am. There's the fucking fly. Bruce, where are you? I don't think he can see it because of the cone very well. He was like, he lost it pretty fast. I also had the door open for a hot second because I was going in and out. But, beside the point. It's so real, right? Bruce, so Bruce update, it is slightly smaller than the marble size that it was yesterday. So I definitely can tell a difference with it. In the terms of like, you have the actual cyst with the burst on it. And then there's the fly. Oh, he's on my finger. Damn it. Like I could have actually caught that. But, the cyst, or like the base of it was like that big around, and I feel like it shrank significantly to about like this, but only on like one side of it. So I think that like I'm really holding out hope, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in there with the confidence of a white cisgendered man doing anything, because I'm going to look at them and they're gonna be like, well, we're still not out of the woods yet. I'll be like, put him on another round of antibiotics like you did the last time. Because the last time he had a cyst and it got down to a pea size, as Neon said yesterday. But got it down to a pea size because we did the shot and we did a round of antibiotics. And I think that that's the thing that's going to kick it to where we can just do a little incision and just pluck that little guy out. Should I ask them for it? Absolutely. I'm probably going to. Now that I won't take his tail because that will hurt my entire soul, but I will take that little cyst in a little jar. Be like, no. Like, I'm going to come prepared with a container of alcohol, and they're going to be like, how often do you do this? I'll be like, way too often. And they're going to be like, okay. Hey, Kaiju! I'm so mad that it's not showing up. I'm gonna have to, like, throw a... little thing up. Oh. Oh. Hold on, wait a second. Give me just a second. I'm gonna, like, do a little this. Do a little this. Oh, I gotta mute this site. Oh, wait, does that mute across the board? Son of a bitch. I'm just doing a little update stuff. Let's fix it. Okay. We're gonna do that. You wish it. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, okay, there we go. It's just really shitty if they try to get me to cut his tail off. I refuse. I honestly will tell them, like, no, you guys can fuck right off. I'm not gonna let you. Like, no. No, I don't want to. Because it's not like his tail, it's like the infection is definitely getting a lot smaller, and it definitely looks a lot better than what it did. So I think we're gonna be in the clear. I have really high hopes, and normally I like think the worst and everything, but like this I really have like a good feeling about. So hopefully. Anyways, so yeah, there's that. I'm gonna do the medbed situation because that is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Go over here, switch to the website streaming. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so how long is this? Bless, not long. Beautiful. Oh, hold on. It does mute it all the way across the board. My bad. Unmute site.
Trump posted an AI-generated video of a Fox News broadcast where an AI version of Trump promotes something called med beds.
Ridiculous.
Breaking now. President Donald J. Trump has announced a historic new healthcare system, the launch of America's first medbed hospitals and a national medbed card for every citizen.
Every American will soon receive their own medbed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to
AI,
our new hospitals, led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced technology in the world. These facilities are safe, modern, and designed to restore every citizen to full health and strength. This is the beginning of a new era in American healthcare.
In this first phase, only a limited number of medbed cards will be released. Registration details will be announced very soon.
So if you're asking yourself what a medbed is, as I was when I first saw this story, medbeds are part of a far-right conspiracy theory that claims liberal billionaires are gatekeeping a miraculous device that can supposedly cure any illness. QAnon believers have embraced the theory, with some claiming that JFK is secretly alive because of the technology.
Insane.
The president has since deleted that post. Tyler Pager, Sam Stein, back with us.
Insane, guys. Like, what the actual fuck? That I know, it doesn't even sound like him. Well, it sounds like a different universe version of him, because it does, it has a little bit of his voice to it, but it definitely, doesn't sound like him. You don't need some old bogus legend to partake in herbal therapy. That's funny. Be so fun. Yeah, and so... Yeah, and having this out there, especially with us cutting all these healthcare, subsidies and everything that's going on with our healthcare system, fact, Kaiju, that's a fact though. He's not slurring enough. Yeah, and somehow JFK's alive. Like, that's insane. There's nothing that could bring you back from that shit. Not even a fucking necromancer. Listen. But with all these people that are seeing this post, and their family's probably sick because they can't afford healthcare, because a lot of his voters can't afford all this stuff, they're going to sit there and assume and get excited about this shit, and it's not real. Can you imagine? Like, not for nothing though, those med beds do kind of look like tuberculosis, like, or iron lungs. Sorry, they do look like iron lungs, and I mean, we're probably gonna get those back because, welp, with all these anti-vaccine legislation and shit like that. Skynet is the enemy. But we have all these people that are uninsured and desperate for relief from, you know, ailments and things like that. And I mean, for God's sakes, we have people out there that have to skip their insulin because they can't afford it. So it's one of those things where it's like, that's even more harmful than just base level of it just being a lie anyways. But you're harming people that way. The only real thing Trump that, yeah, smart people don't like me. No shit, bro. No shit. These people probably don't watch the movie Elysium. No. But it's crazy, and it just, it makes me so mad that that's what we're in. We are gonna watch a little bit of, obviously it's like a 2-hour fucking thing, but I'm gonna try to like skip to some of the parts of Pete Hegseth and Trump's speech, mostly Pete, because It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And in his speech, it was anti-woman, it was anti-black, it was anti-Sikh, anti, like, LGBT. It was exactly what they were worried about it being, which is a way to get everybody out of the military that isn't a supporter of Trump's, basically. And so he's a DUI hire, facts. And so it was also like, he was talking about like how generals that are in that room, he's like, generals that are too fat, we need to bring back the standard, we need to bring back this. This motherfucker at some point takes a drink out of a coffee cup, and I'm like, bitch, I know that's not fucking coffee. You know it's not. This is coffee, though. It's really good coffee. And it also says, your Neopets are dying. And they are. They are. Anyway. So, like, let's get to it. He said he didn't want fat soldiers or generals. He'd probably get his ass handed to him by people who he considers overweight. It's facts. Facts. Because, like, some people are just stocky naturally, and they're like power lifters, bro, like, you know what I mean? Fucking power lifters.
History teaches us the only people who actually deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so naive and dangerous.
Insane.
It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. But it's also true because of the leaders in this room and the incredible troops that you all lead.
Not there yet.
Innovation and generational acquisition reforms we are under. See how well you're equipped, and the last variable is how well you lead. After that, you're on your own.
Okay, let's see.
Our warfighters are entitled to be led by the best and most capable leaders. That is who we need you all to be. Even then, in combat, even if you do everything right, you may still lose people because the enemy always gets a vote. We have a sacred duty to ensure that our warriors are led by the most capable and qualified combat leaders. This is one thing you and I can control, and we owe it to the force to deliver it. For too long, we have simply not done that. The military has been forced by foolish and reckless politicians to focus on the wrong things.
Here we go.
In many ways, this speech is about fixing decades of decay. Some of it obvious, some of it hidden. Or as the chairman has put it, we are clearing out the debris, removing the distractions, clearing the way for leaders to be leaders. You might say we're ending the war on warriors. I heard someone wrote a book about that.
And he also talks about ending programs designed to keep SA victims safe and protected. He has now eradicated that completely. So that's no longer a thing. So now we're not going to have any kind of protections. And women in the military, actually just military members in general, have a lot of SA that happens. So those protections are gone. And it's
For
keeping
too long,
us from
we
having to
promoted too
walk
many
on
uniformed leaders for the wrong
eggshells.
reasons. Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts. We've pretended that combat arms and non-combat arms are the same thing.
Yeah, because the first women to fly planes, the first black pilots, the first, like, all of these firsts that you want to get rid of. Okay, sure, fuck off. The first alcoholic secretary of the Department of War. Yeah, he does want women out of the military. I want alcoholics not to run our military, so can't always get to what you want. As my uncle used to say, who was a war vet in, oh my God, in Vietnam. You can shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up faster. So, but the way that he's doing it, he's really trying.
We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders under the guise of double-blind psychology assessments.
Doesn't
Promoting
believe double
risk-averse,
blind
go along to
studies,
get along
Jesus Christ.
conformists instead. You name it, the department did it. Foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became
we fucking did.
the woke department, but not anymore.
Oh,
Right now, I'm looking out at a sea of Americans who made a choice when they were young men and young women to do something most Americans will not. To serve
He throws
something
women
greater
right
than
under the bus
yourself,
real
to fight
fast.
for God and country, for freedom and the Constitution. You made a choice to serve,
right?
when others did not.
He does
I commend
not. He has
You
not
are
read a
truly
fucking history
The
book.
best of America.
He has no idea.
But this does not mean, and this goes for all of us,
He probably thinks
that our
Rosie the
paths to
Riveter
this
is a
auditorium
stripper
on this
at the
day
strip
was a
club that
straight
he was
line,
kicked out of.
or that the conditions of the formations we lead are where we want them to be. You love your country, and we love this uniform, which is why we must do better. We just have to be honest. We have to say with our mouths what we see with our eyes. To just tell it like it is in plain English. To point out
Pete
obvious
Hegseth
things
is a beta
right
cuck.
in front of us.
I'm seeing it
That's
right
what
in front of my
leaders must
face.
do. We cannot go another day without directly addressing the plank in our own
Oh,
eye.
there's a fly.
Without
No, where are
in our
you?
own commands and in
I
our
need
own
one of those
formations.
things to like zap him.
This administration has done a great deal from day one
That's what I get for leaving the
to
door
remove
open.
the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department. To rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that shit. I've made it my mission to
What a
uproot the
fucking
obvious
beta.
distractions that made us less capable and less lethal.
Okay, I think
Or alongside people who can't meet basic standards. Or in a unit where standards were lowered so certain types of
Here we
troops
go.
could make it in. In a unit where leaders were promoted for reasons other than merit, performance, and warfighting.
the only person
answer's
that's
not just
been
no.
that
It's hell no.
fell upwards is your
This means at the War
dumbass.
Department, first and foremost, we must restore a ruthless, dispassionate, and common sense application of standards. I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons platform.
So what he's saying there is he's going to make a standard for everyone to hit, and if the women don't hit that because it's made for men, then bye-bye. I guess you can't serve. The thing is that if he ends up only having white supremacists in his ranks, with the way that our country is and the way that our people are, this isn't Nazi Germany, babes. This is America. We like to push people and piss people off. And if you don't think that our military will fall apart like that with all those people in there, you're out of your mind. I know that it will. I know it will. He's an anal prolapse, facts. It's funny because I remember, oh no. I forgot that my thing is not linked up with it. Boo, R.I.P. I can't see it. We will have the weakest army dependent on equipment over skills, 1,000%. Yeah. It's funny because I remember in the 90s being politically correct was a conservative thing. I do too. I absolutely remember that. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But I truthfully believe that and I'm going to be really completely honest on this one. Like, I think our military will be way weaker with only white supremacists in there because they're a bunch of weak little babies. They literally can't. They can throw the shade all that they want, but they can't fucking take it. They're little bitches. So like him being like, it's just gonna, basically they're wanting that. And I'm like, they're gonna barely be able to handle the equipment. They're gonna meet these standards that you set because of who they are, and we're gonna be taken over. There's gonna be a country that's going to come on our shores because it'll be so goddamn easy. Are you kidding me? It'll be easy as taking candy from a baby, Trump. And I think that would happen before his 4 years is up. I think that would be pretty fucking quick. Because what he wants as a military, that's going to circle the drain real fast and go down. Like, all the way down. But they're PC, you can't say black, you have to say African American. Yeah. It's so crazy. Like, the switcheroony that has happened. Yeah, they can't problem solve. Yeah, that's why they're white supremacists. I mean, once you're scraping the bottom of that gene pool, it's hard to learn that knowledge whenever there's not a whole lot of things bouncing around in that, So, good luck with that fucking Pete Keg, Seth.
Or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform.
Obama was better than
gender
Trump
neutral, and high.
In his sleep.
If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions. Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed. When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now. At every level.
How's that going to feel, dude?
Either you can meet the standard, either you can do the job, either you are disciplined,
he can't even handle his own fucking jokes. The bottom of the same gene pool, facts.
And this is the
he doesn't care how much debt we miss because he's going to sell us out as soon as he can find a buyer. Dude, you're right, though.
Today, at my direction,
shit, yeah.
each service will ensure that every requirement.
So maybe I'm right about having fucking
for every designated
troops on the ground from other countries.
Returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense. And core to who we are and what we do, it should be in our DNA.
Hold on. He just said it exactly what I thought would be the thing. He just said exactly the thing that will tear that entire fucking system down. Compete with each other. When you go into battle, I've never been in the military. I have a fucked up back. They didn't want me. They wanted me until they found out what the fuck I have going on. They were like asthmatic, she's defiant as fuck. Like, no, we don't want her. But all their money is in crypto. They don't care about the dollar. That's true. But him making them compete against each other, if they are on the actual battlefield, you are supposed to, a team. You're supposed to work together. It is not a competition. And what he just said will destroy our military within months. Easy peasy. It's gone like that. Because if you're competing, if you're placing these people, let's face it, these white cishet boys in competition with each other, even in just trying to be in better shape, you have now officially destroyed your military, because you're supposed to work together to keep each other alive. Look at all throughout history, anytime that there's been wars and troops on the ground, you always hear stories of like someone going back in to like grab out a brother in arms to get them the fuck out. You know what I mean? There's so many things in history about being loyal to your side and making sure that all the men that you go out there with come back home. That's exactly what is going to happen. Is you breed competition, you'll get competition. Yeah, they'll rat each other out too. And that's crazy, because that's going to destroy the entire military. So good luck, bud. I guess whenever, a different country comes over here, like, I guess we all defect. Is that what we're going to have to do? I hope it's France. Merci. Merci beaucoup. They would not be over here. They'd be like, we're gonna destroy your entire country because we hate all of you. And I'd be like, no! I'm one of you! Yeah, everything they're doing is to weaken and destroy what makes us strong. Yeah, just like Daddy Putin wanted. Yep. It's just, we're in it. We're in it.
Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test
Here
for
we
combat
go.
arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance.
And that is exactly, and this next part, this goes into black men are allowed to have facial hair because, a shocker, their hair doesn't grow like white people. I know, we haven't seen it, like, so they're allowed to because their follicle, like, it gets painful. So, like, they can't shave every single fucking day. I'm sure that there's some out there before anybody's like, obviously no one in the chat right now, but like, I'm sure someone's going to be like, oh, well, like, I know a friend well, good for you. There's some people that can, but most people can't. I had a friend for a long time. She couldn't grow her hair out at all because her curls curled inward towards her scalp and would go like, I was like, girl, that sounds fucking horribly painful. You want to move, same, Shane. I want to be a hobbit down there, too. New Zealand, pick some of us up. Some of us just want to live in the woods like hobbits. We won't even make a big stink about it. We'll just, be out in the little thing, doing some gardening and eating snacks. Jake's doing better than me, but I know he voted Democrat in his local city council election, and his mom is a hardcore feminist. I squeal on him. Yeah, I'll be on my... yeah, exactly. Kaiju, 1,000%. It breeds just animosity towards your fellow soldier. And as someone that grew up in, my uncle and my grandfather were both in the military, My grandfather was in World War II. He was a piece of shit though, so don't, you know, he wasn't, none of what he did there justified anything that he did in his life. So he can suck a dick, but in hell. But that's the thing is, like, I know military, and then I have a military family that, like, took me in for a long time. And they're beside themselves about it. I know the mom and dad are, and they're ex-military, and they're like, oh my god, who had a beard and couldn't shave because of a condition of something. Yeah, so they'll get, like, really bad, like, ingrown hairs and whatnot, and it's painful as hell. As someone who had cystic acne for fucking ever, it is awful. I couldn't even smile. Like, people would be like, why aren't you smiling? And I was like, fuck you. Like, because it hurts so bad just to even smile. The photos and the stuff from, like, back in my day, whenever I had that, before I got cleared up, it was horrible. And so I feel for them. So now he's like, okay, this, and then also we have Sikh in the military. They're not allowed to cut their hair. They have beards. They have their turban. Oh God, I hope I'm right about that. If not, someone correct me and I'll never say it again. But yeah, ingrown hair suck. But that's the thing is, like, we have these people, and every person that I've ever met that's a Sikh is just a little angel. They're an angel. I've never, like, personally met someone that is Sikh that is just an asshole. They always are just the friendliest people and so nice. And so and from what I gather is, like, them in the military, like, they're powerhouses out there. So, like, it really sucks. You have friends in the military that were in the military that had to work with people that downright hated, but they still got their jobs done. Yeah. And that's exactly right. And that's the thing about our military. You know, you learn to grow with your team and to, like, you know, sometimes just have to suck it up and know that, you know, it's just what a fucking troubled time we're in. But here we go. Here's him being a racist bigot.
If the Secretary of War can do regular hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country.
And they're in that room.
It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test.
A general, I don't give a fuck if the general is overweight. His job is not to be front lines. His job is to strategize and know what to do when the going gets tough and how to like be a leader. So just because PD boy, just because you can't gain weight because all you do is drink, it doesn't mean that other people need to be your fucking size. Also, let me see those liver enzymes, boy. I want to know those numbers. His hard PT is lifting a bottle up and down to his lips. Yeah, like I'll hold on, wait a second. Wait. Let me find it. I want to find it really fast. Have you seen him do a push-up? Or a pull-up, I should say. Fucking hilarious. Let me find it. Hold on. Oh. Let's see it. It's, of course, him and fucking RFK doing that dumb shit. Oh, come on. Where's it at? Hilarious. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck it. I'll just do it on TikTok. Fuck it. We ball. Hon, is it? Just give me a video, bruh. Just give me a video, bruh. You're killing me, Smalls. You guys are literally killing me. Hold on. I got this. We're gonna find it. Oh god, I hate this woman already. She's like, okay, here we go. Is this it? Yep. Okay. That's my TikTok. Shh, don't tell people I'm on it. But like, that's... Okay, sure. Your physical fitness test? Sure. That, like... What the fuck was that? Like... Kaiju, you're right. Oh my god. Yeah, he'd be a horrible meal for a cannibal. I wouldn't eat him. But oh my god, what the fuck was that? That's not a pull-up, bro. You can't even do your own PT test, bitch. The fuck? They finally approved your bereavements? Oh my god. Jesus, that took long enough. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, bro, the fuck are you talking about? People doing PT like you. You can't do PT? The fuck are you talking about, bro? So anyways, I had to interject with that little nugget of absolute comedy gold.
But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year. Every year of
They were
service.
asking family tree questions, and it was
also
awful.
today, at my direction, every warrior across our Joint Force is
kicks
required to
up?
do
That's
PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units
You
do that
know,
already.
you know who kicks up? Pete Hegseth, because he can't do it otherwise.
But we're codifying. And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT, either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already. Active, Guard, and Reserve. This also means grooming standards. No more beards, long hair, superficial individual expression. We're going to cut our hair, shave our beards, and adhere to standards. Because it's like the broken windows theory of policing. It's like you let the small...
There it is. That's him basically being like, bye, Sikh, bye, you know...
Go, the big stuff eventually goes. So you have to address
bye, black
the small
man.
stuff.
See ya.
This is on duty, in the field, and in the rear.
He
If you want a
couldn't
beard,
handle
you can join
hot yoga.
Special Forces. If not, then shave. We don't have a military full of Nordic pagans.
I have some bad news for you, my brother. I can comfortably do 6 pull-ups. I don't know, that's a lot, but yeah, I mean, it's, at least you don't have to do, like, kick your legs out like that. Yeah, then what the fuck am I? So, what's really fucking interesting is there are a lot of Norse pagans in the military. Any of them, look at their fucking necks. See how many fucking Thor's hammer. See how many of those you can find in the military. So many. And, you know, some of them it's meaning something different. Thanks a lot, you motherfuckers, for stealing for culturally appropriating things. Fuckers. Anyways, I digress. Keep up the fight, gonna shower. Alright, Shane, have a good night. But yeah, like, that's crazy. So, yeah, you actually do have quite a few pagans in your fucking ranks, you shitbag. What's up with it? Like, we're gonna start seeing a lot more people, like, going after pagans. I'm just letting you guys know that right here now. Like, we're already witnessing it a couple of times. Yeah, unfortunately it is a dog whistle, but there are a lot of Norse pagans in the branches of the military that are actually Norse pagan. And that is something that really pisses off a lot of pagans. Like my friend Will, who I don't know if he still does Vamp Dad, but I know I still do Vamp Mom, but he was my Vamp Dad on TikTok, and he's Norse pagan, and he was like, hey, get him on that subject. He gets heated because he's like, how fucking dare you culturally appropriate this for a disgusting, horrific reason. If you ask anybody that's actually Norse pagan, they fucking you'll not hear the end of it. Like, they go off. You love being paid. Me too. That's kind of annoying. Not that I have any love for the Thor's hammer symbol, but it is a part of your ancestry. Exactly. And that's the thing, is like they've taken these symbols of like Nordic culture and appropriated it, saying that, oh, well, all, you know, Vikings were only white. And I was like, actually, no, thank you. I can tell you right here and right now that there were multiple cultures and multiple heritages and multiple skin tones going through the fucking Norse Viking era. So, like, there were black Vikings. And they were originally slaves that Vikings took. And since they have a matriarchal society, how's that for you, Nazis? A matriarchal society where the women did quite a lot in the community and were pillars of the community and were respected in the community. And so you have all this shit, and it's just like, yeah, you can never get a clover. Exactly. Yeah. And so even like culture stuff like that is also like ruined. Like shamrocks, you can't get a fucking shamrock tattoo anymore without getting that look. And I mean, it's not like Pete Kegseth has a bunch of white supremacist tattoos or anything. Oh, you do. Should I watch Vikings? I love the show. I felt like it was there were some things that weren't like historically accurate, and there are some like pretty brutal scenes, including like grape and such, and it's very uncomfortable. But you have just fast forward, just get, you know, you wish GI Robot was real. I love GI Robot. I love that show. I was going in not really expecting anything. Fucking love GI Robot, because I saw him and I was like, oh my god, this is what everybody talks about. And I didn't realize that is the whole thing with him, is like, are you a Nazi? Let's go fight Nazis together. And I'm like, I love him. Love seeing doofuses who think that they look like a Viking. Yeah. Yes. But they just look like a Saxon. I know. It's crazy. Ugh. But yeah, here I am, fucking.
But unfortunately, we have had leaders who either refused to call BS and enforce standards, or leaders who felt like they were not allowed to enforce standards. Both are unacceptable.
He also talks about how
that's why today, at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession. I sincerely appreciate the proactive efforts the secretaries have already taken in some of those areas.
Beardos.
And these directives are intended to simply accelerate those efforts. On the topic of standards, allow me a few words to talk about toxic leaders. Upholding
he also
and
talks about how he
standards
wants
is not toxic.
to start
enforcing high standards, not toxic leadership.
Like
leading
start
warfighters
beating
toward the goals of high,
their,
gender-neutral,
like,
and uncompromising standards
the
in order to
newbies
forge
again,
a cohesive,
and hazing.
formidable, and lethal
teardrops. That's what I was
is
thinking. He's mad
toxic.
because he can't like grow
It is our duty,
a beard at all. I'm
consistent
sure.
with our constitutional oath. Real toxic leadership is endangering subordinates with low standards. Real toxic leadership is promoting people based on immutable characteristics or quotas instead of based on merit. Real toxic leadership is promoting destructive ideologies that are an anathema to the Constitution and the laws of nature and nature's God, as Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence.
W.
The definition of toxic has been turned upside down, and we're correcting that. That's why
W.
today, at my direction, we're undertaking a full review of the department's definitions of so-called toxic leadership, bullying, and hazing, to empower leaders to enforce standards without fear of retribution or second-guessing. Of course, you can't do like nasty bullying and hazing. We're talking about words like bullying and hazing and toxic. They've been weaponized and bastardized inside our formations.
In fact, most Aryan Brotherhood types look like weak-chin Saxons. It's facts. Facts. And like, so he's right now he's being like, okay, we can beat our people now. Like, he wants hazing to come back. And for those of you who are not like old enough to remember shit like this, but like when people were doing hazing, people were dying because they took it to the nth degree. Like, there was so many people that got like actually hurt through hazing and through beating and all this shit. So he's wanting to bring that shit back too. That sounds like a gang. That sounds like a white nationalist gang, because you got to get beat up to make sure that you're tough enough to roll with the white brotherhood. That's what that sounds like. And even worse, the few people of color that will be in these militaries, what do you think is going to happen to them? Those hazings are going to go too far. Those beatings are going to go too far. And we're going to see people dying of these hazing rituals. That's what's going to happen.
Undercutting commanders and NCOs. No more. Setting, achieving, and maintaining high standards.
Yeah, A Few Good Men was based on that culture. Yes.
If that makes me toxic, then so be it. Second.
Yep.
Today, in our direction, we're ensuring that every service, every unit, every schoolhouse, and every form of professional military education conduct an immediate review of their standards. And we've done this in many places already, but today it goes across the entire Department of War. Any place where tried and true physical standards were altered.
I'm going to move this.
But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender.
No, I'm going to find.
We are liberating commanders and NCOs. We are liberating you. We are overhauling an inspector general process, the IG, that has been weaponized, putting complainers, ideologues, and poor performers in the driver's seat.
This is talking about getting rid of any protections for people that have been SA'd in the military. This is what he's talking about.
We're doing the same with the equal opportunity and military equal opportunity policies, the EO and MEO at our department. No more frivolous complaints, no more anonymous complaints, no more repeat complainants, no more smearing reputations, no more endless waiting, no more legal limbo, no more sidetracking careers, no more walking on eggshells. Of course, being a racist has been illegal in our formation since 1948. The same goes for sexual harassment. Both are wrong and illegal. Those kinds of infractions will be ruthlessly enforced. But telling someone to shave or get a haircut or to get in shape or to fix their uniform or to show up on time or to work hard, that's exactly the kind of discrimination we want. We are not civilians. You are not civilians. You are set apart for a distinct purpose. So we, as a department, need to stop acting and thinking like civilians and get back to basics and put the power back in the hands of commanders and NCOs. Commanders and NCOs who make life and death decisions, personnel records, that will allow leaders with forgivable, earnest, or minor infractions. As it happens, when he started the job, Chairman Kane assessed the situation, follow your gut, and if it's the best for the military, make a change. We all serve at the pleasure of the president every single day.
Nope.
But
no,
in
you
many
don't.
ways, it's not their fault. It's not your fault. As foolish and...
And by the way, if you haven't noticed, dead silence in that room. Hey, 8-bit! What's going on? But yeah, dead silence in that arena. Dead silence.
As the woke department was, those officers were following elected political leadership. An entire generation of generals and admirals were told that they must parrot the insane fallacy that, quote, our diversity is our strength. Of course, we know
I'm trying to find the spot where he's like, F-A-F-O. And he waited for applause. And, like, one dude was like, woo! Like, I fucking lost it. I lost it. I was like...
They had to put out dizzying DEI and LGBTQI+ statements. They were told females and males are the same thing. Or that males who think they're...
Oh, but we can have them do the same PT testing, though. So they are the same, but only when it benefits you to get the women out of the military. Like, our women, like, fucking hell, going back to Rosie the Riveters, like, they were paramount to us winning the war. Like, they were the bravest fucking women. They went in as the first, and they busted their asses, and they did phenomenal work out there. So, sure, bud. Yeah. But we're the same, but not. It just depends. Fucking.
Emails, totally normal. They were told that we need a green fleet and electric tanks. They were told to kick out Americans who refuse an emergency vaccine. They followed civilian policies set by foolish and reckless political leaders.
Insane.
Our job, my job, has been to determine which leaders simply did what they must to answer to your families. But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign. We would thank you for your service. But I suspect, I know, the overwhelming majority of you feel the opposite. These words make your heart...
You know what all these military generals are going to do? They're going to just not fucking say anything to you at all and just keep their jobs is what they're going to do. Because what you're doing is asking them to disobey the Constitution that they swore an oath to. And every other military member that came before them, that is how it's going to be. It is treason. And what he's asking them to do is insane. It's, you know, and I'm not even like from a serious military family, but I have military friends, I have military family, I have military might as well be family, and they all are just shocked and horrified seeing this shit. Like, I know my uncle is fucking rolling in his grave right now. That man, like, he was a military man. He was a military man, and he would be rolling in his fucking grave.
You love the War Department because you love what you do, the profession of arms. You are hereby liberated to be an apolitical, hard-charging, no-nonsense, constitutional leader that you joined the military to be.
That's a whole lot of words that contradict each other, but okay.
We need you locked in on the M. Not the D, the E, or the I. Not the DEI or the DIE of dime. By that I mean
he is the worst public speaker.
Of the instruments of national power. We have entire departments across the government dedicated to diplomatic and crash commanders, demoralize troops, and undermine unit cohesion must not. Warriors want to be challenged. Troops want to be tested.
I really want them.
Yes, they can shark attack. They can toss bunks. Skills. Especially because the next war, like the last, will likely not have a rear area. Said never again to mission creep. Or that's all I ever wanted as a... You're not politically correct and don't necessarily belong always in polite society.
It had me fucking rolling.
We are not an army of one. We are a joint force of millions of selfless
They've never
Americans.
fought anything, and I mean, I can't even imagine, as someone who has lived the life of a soldier and is a ranking general, higher up military member that is sitting in this audience looking at this motherfucker and going, he was a fucking Fox News host. He was a fucking Fox News host. A drunk, incapable of throwing an axe Fox News host. I think they might have served in the military for a brief stint, but he's not a military man. He is a Fox News host. How absolutely disrespectful this would feel to me if I was sitting in that audience. How are you going to be a TV host and a bad speaker? Well, I mean, to be fair, I think he's drunk 90% of the time. So I guess, like, that would definitely have a thing. I almost feel like that's probably the spot because it looks like there's, like, a tab for it. But, yeah.
Watch over them. And as you gave all of yourself for me, help me give all of myself for them. And amen.
The president is at the podium. This is the president of the United
States. Here we go. I missed the fuck around and find out, but I did. No, that's actually a Trump thing.
Took place over the last 4 years. They'll never forget what happened to this country over the last 4 years with the incompetence. There could be no higher honor than to serve as your commander-in-chief. It is a great honor. I look at you, just incredible people. Central casting, I might add. To each and every one of you, I thank you for your unwavering devotion to the armed forces and to the country.
Dead silent.
And we've all sworn a sacred oath to defend. We all have that oath, every one of us. I'm thrilled to be here this morning to address the senior leadership of what is once again known around the world as the Department of War.
Instead, we paid
I know,
tax dollars
he gave a great speech,
to fly these military men to Quantico.
I don't want him to get so good. I hate that. You know? No, I hate it.
To fly them back.
I almost fired him. I said, you can't. I don't want to go on after that. There's been no fight. There's been no fight. They don't. It's going to be very tough on them, but
you find it.
Day in the history of our country. And now we're back. That's it. We're not going to have any of that to you. I really wouldn't want them. You can't use either of them. A year and a half ago, I was at the beginning stage of a campaign, and things came out that you couldn't get people to join the armed forces. And by the way, the Marines were way behind. Coast Guard.
Speaking of
this, and even Space Force, I love Space Force because that was my creation.
News host or whatever, game show host.
I love it, and the people we put in there were good. I got that right. We put in great people initially, and with paper, not the D paper. We used to sign a piece of garbage. I said, "This man's going to be a general, right?" Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, that was a bad.
Let me go to this because I know that this one is a thing.
We're going to be talking about because it's a big part of war now. It's a big part of war. What they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war too. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential to national security. We can't let these people in our inner cities, which we're going to be talking about, because it's a big part of war now. It's a big part of war. What they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war too. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential to national security. We can't let these people in.
So Trump just said that he wants to wage war on American citizens. So it's official, guys. Like we're officially in it. And he's sending troops to Chicago, and I just happen to be going up there real soon. So I'm going to make a t-shirt. I just have to figure out what I want it to say. My mom's going to be so heated with me. She's going to be like, how... You're going to get killed. And I'll be like, that should be the... Throw a hot dog at him? I would never. Now, if it was a hot dog with ketchup, yes. But Portillo's, they don't have ketchup. They only have packets that you're allowed to get. And if you put it on your hot dog, you will get dirty looks. It's hilarious. I'm like, I'm home. Like, because I do that to people here. I'm like, they're like, oh, do you want anything on your hot dog? And I'm like, yeah, like a normal person. I want mustard and relish. Like, and it better not be a sweet relish or else I'm going to lose my mind. And they'll be like, oh, okay, I was going to put ketchup on it. I was like, ugh, how could you? Yeah, I know. Most people do. But I always give people shit for it because I'm like, oh, ketchup? It's sweet. It's disgusting. But no, like, it's so crazy. But I'm going to probably make a t-shirt and do some crazy shit. But yeah, I need to find that video of Pete Hegseth FAO, like, fuck around and find out, like, FAFO, and then just dead silence. Oh, F-A-F-O. I can't fucking... I like ketchup, mustard, chili, onions, and bacon. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Oh.
Okay, I think that this should be...
The Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those who long for peace must prepare for war. This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows that.
Can I just say, that's the funniest fucking thing to me, is he went over, readjusted the mic, and then he was mic'd the whole time. I was like, what's the point of having the mic, you asshole?
The origin dates to the
God.
of Rome and has been repeated ever since, including by our first commander-in-chief, George Washington, the first leader of the War Department.
Oh, I'm not.
It captures a simple yet profound truth. To ensure peace, we must prepare for war. From this moment forward, the only mission of the newly
all
restored
of that
Department
photo
of War
op
is
that
this.
they got. It's crazy how they want to be portrayed as oppressed victims of everything. It's true though. It is wild to me to see someone want to be victimized so badly. And I'm saying here, like, bro, you've never been victimized in your entire life. Like, my God, I wish I could have had such a privileged fucking life.
War and preparing to win. Unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit. Not because we want war. No one here wants war.
I think he
Because
does.
We love peace. We love peace for our fellow citizens. They deserve peace, and they rightfully expect us to deliver it. Our number one job, of course, is...
Beautifully put, 8-Bit. Beautifully put. Accountability is not oppression. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Strong so that we can prevent war in the first place. The president talks about it all the time. It's called peace through strength. And as history teaches us, the only people who actually deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so naive and dangerous. It ignores human nature and it ignores human history.
So much for the radical left being the violent ones.
Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something or someone. It's a truth as old as time. And since waging war is so costly in blood and treasure, we owe our republic a military that will win any war we choose, or any war that is thrust upon us. Should our enemies choose
Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O. If necessary, our troops can translate that.
Yeah. Woo! Like, for those of you that watched Invader Zim, do you know that felt like that, you know, whenever, like, Invader, like, I think it's the first episode, and they come out, like, the Grand Leaders or whatever come out, and they're out there, and they say something, and only one person's like, woo! Like, that, same vibe. Same exact vibe. And any war we choose thought they were the party of peace. That's what's insane to me, is for as desperately as Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, this motherfucker sure is not doing the things to get that. It's insane to me. It really is comical at this point, because how in the fuck do you think that this is going to get you a Nobel Peace Prize? You know what I mean? Like, how in the fuck? And then, of course, like, Bibi Netanyahu is like, we should give him like 100. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Is that because we're funding your fucking genocide, perhaps? Is that what it is? Because, like, guys, that's some bad shit, too. Insane. And I guess the flotilla that's bringing food with Greta Thunberg is like on its way right now. So here's hoping that they get food over to these literally starving to death people. Fucking absolutely breaking, like heartbreaking. Forcing of Christian nationalism movement is wrapping the flag around our necks in a chokehold, squeezing out any dissenting voices and gouging out the eyes of justice. Facts. 1000%. Yeah, and Christian nationalism is not going to be something that's going to help anyone. Even the people that will benefit from it the longest, they're not a part of that greater 1%. What they're gonna do is they're gonna destroy everyone, minus a small selection of what they'll consider white garbage. I don't know if I can say the WT on here because I know I've gotten in trouble on fucking Facebook for that. And I was like, I grew up that though. It's rude, but okay. And I was even referring myself in the context. I was like, I'm super like, white trash. But anyways, but like, they'll be like, oh, we would just want the trash people to, these 10,000 people because we need them to man these machines that's making us food, but they're starving to death kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a small select of them, but they're not going to be living those luxury lives. That's going to be the 1%, babes. And I always thought that, like, Hollywood and things like that were, like, a part of those, like, elites. And now I'm seeing some celebrities and things like that getting, like, shit happen to them now. And I'm like, oh boy, they're not even in the running. Oh my God. Like, probably the only ones that are in the running are the ones that were on Epstein's island with Trump, allegedly. And Epstein, Epstein, that was his fucking island. I don't know why I said that. And then, like, Elon, perhaps. Or the other people that Steve Bannon. God damn. And then they're still not, swearing in the Arizona governor, or not governor, Arizona, like, Senate member. Like, they're not swearing her in at all. The Republicans literally left. They're supposed to do their vote today to shut down the government or not, and the Republicans literally left. They literally left. Jolly Good Ginger was going around the Senate and stuff like that, talking to people, and they were one of the Democrats was like, yeah, they literally didn't come into work today at all. And I'm just like, and they're blaming Democrats, and there's even like websites for the government that have like a huge red header on it. It's like, thanks to Democrats. I'm like, bitch, you guys are the majority. You guys are the ones in power. You guys are the ones that are able to push all this legislation through. It's your fault. Literally, the only thing that Democrats are asking for is health care for Americans. They're not willing to budge on that. I don't blame them. I don't want them to budge on that. None of us really do. If you have half a fucking brain cell, you want to have people have health care. We're at the point where people are dying of preventable, curable illnesses. Things like people skipping out on one of their insulin shots because they can't afford it. That's a third world country. We're a third world country in a Gucci belt. And I think it's fake. I think it's a knockoff. It's absolutely insane. Oh, I don't know if you can get that, but I might beat you to it. I don't know. Oh, shit. Look at that. And did I ban him? I did it. I got it. I got it. I was quick with the quick draw situation. But yeah, like, and what's worse is we're going to see so many kids in coffins. You know that? We're going to see so many kids in tiny baby fucking coffins. Like, just tiny, tiny baby coffins all the time now. With all of these all of the, you know, shots not... Bye-bye to Twitch bot. Huh. All of these kids that aren't getting their shots and getting their immunizations, that child might not, you know, perish, might not die, but the child that can't get it because they have sickle cell, or they can't get it because of, you know, whatever is going on, like, health-wise, like, they might have fucking cancer. And you've now risked all these children's lives. It's insane. Yeah, it's hard, like, and it's something that none of us want to... Oh, you're fine, Teardrops. You're good. You're good. Yeah, immunocompromised people. Yeah, and like, it really sucks to think about, and it's something that none of us want to see. It's something that is... It's inhuman to be like, yeah, let's just let our children just perish. I mean, we're already watching it, kids in school, and I'm still, like, completely flabbergasted that, like, people are like, CK was shot right in front of all those kids. I'm like, that same day, there were children watching their friends get shot. And that happens all the time in schools. My God. But let's worry about this one situation. That's why it's just so maddening. And we're going to be in a time period where we're going to witness so many people leave this earth before their time because of this administration. And as someone that worked healthcare, patient-facing during COVID, I lost several coworkers throughout the years to COVID. And it just angered me. I was so mad. Yeah, cruelty and suffering is their rule. Yeah, it's a double standard for sure, yeah. And I mean, it's not anything shocking. I shouldn't be, you know, none of us are shocked by any of this. But that's the point, is they've done so much to shift that Overton window to become weird, like to go more to the right and to these crazy rules, these crazy ideas and whatnot. Like, oh my God, Zohran Mamdani did an interview with Laverne Cox, which is insane to me, because Laverne Cox was talking about how, even though she's a trans woman, she was madly both her and her boyfriend were madly in love, and he's a neo-Nazi. I'm like, of all the trans people you could have had a conversation with, of all the people that you could have had a conversation with, you chose that one. Yeah, break, screech, like, make it make sense. You are in New York City. You can throw a fucking stone in any direction and hit a gay. You know what I mean? Please don't throw stones at us. Like, please don't. But, like, you know, and you chose her. What the fuck are you doing? And so, because of that shift, like, truth be told, there's not really any Democratic candidates or Democratic people that are in office that aren't shifted more centrist, because that Overton window has shifted into white supremacy. So now that window is over here. We're not even like, close to touching what Bernie wanted for all of us and what I felt like the American population deserved and needed, especially whenever it comes to healthcare. Watching kids get sick in the hospitals of preventable things, I want you to know it is devastating for us healthcare workers. It's fucking devastating for us. We have to sit there with it. We are the ones that have to sit there and cry in a closet because we watched a parent that decided that they weren't going to vaccinate their fucking child, decided to wait 2 months while their child had a 105-degree temperature as a few-month-old, and now their skin is coming off. Like, bro, come on. It's been normalized. Yeah, it's been normalized and given a platform, and that is the whole thing of the don't be tolerant of the intolerant. We have, like, as a people, we really should have pushed for, okay, you think that white people are more supreme than any other race. Why? Let's get to the bottom of why. Let's understand, like, let's deconstruct this and fix this, because this is an incorrect thought process. No, we decided to say fuck mental health. We're gonna gatekeep that to a motherfucking like high level, to where like only people that have, you know, the best of, like, the most money and the most resources can get when they need the help the most. Because they're the ones that are going to churches, ramming their fucking truck through the place, and then unaliving a fuck ton of people, and then burning the fucking place down. They don't even know how many people have perished in this whole insane nightmare of a situation with the Mormon church. Like, crazy. Hey, 22. So it's like, we need mental health care, and if that was something that we prioritized, we would be, yeah, they called Mormons Christians and they're not. And also, that book is very hard to read. Has anybody else tried to read the Book of Mormon? That shit's confusing. Yeah, for the longest time, I thought they were... Okay. So, for a long time, like, there were Mormons that used to come over to my house and, like, you know, do the ring doorbell. But I'm a witch and I love religion. I think religion is fascinating. I love learning about different religions, because it's interesting to see where the overlaps are, and like what other people believe, and this and that. And so they came to the house. I talked to them for a while. They gave me the book, and I was like, okay, I'm actually going to read this for a little bit. And I talked to him. I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm pagan, been pagan this whole time. I knew I was in the broom closet back whenever I was like 3 years old. So like, I'm not switching, but I would love to learn and just know what you guys are about. And they were like, oh, like, and so they came around a lot. My ex was so mad about that. But I was like, fuck you, I love learning. So I was reading their book, and they came by the next week, and I was like, I have a question. They were like, yeah. And I go, so like, what's up with the plates? Is it like, why would you write on plates? And they were like, oh, no, yeah, a lot of people make that mistake. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch. And they were like a tablet, that is what a plate is. I was like, hold on, so wait a second, so these dudes are just carrying around like 7 of these motherfuckers? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, that seems crazy. And they were like, yeah. I was like, I'm still reading though. I'm in. I was just like, Jesus, how heavy were these things? And they were like, yeah, they were stones. So I was like, It's like, oh my god. But yeah, anyways, a weird Mormon sidebar on that one, but it like those little angels, you know, taught me a little bit. It's like the Hulk was carrying them. That's a great point, actually. But yeah, like they're not Christian. You read that book? I don't know. John Smith is definitely not. So, I mean, there's like overlap, and there's some like, you know, they got their inspiration for sure. They were built different, right? But yeah, them saying that leads me to believe that they're going to start going after pagans pretty hard next, because you have Kash Patel saying like, I'll see you in Valhalla, and I'm like, you're not gonna be in Valhalla, you dumb shit. Like, he didn't die in battle. That wasn't a battle. He's not Norse pagan. What are you doing? What are you doing? And so, like, that, and then also with Pete Hegseth being like, we're not pagan, Norse pagans in this. So they're starting to say the P word too often for my liking. And it goes back into my story of, like, us pagans, we don't have, like, a good way to collect each other and to, like, congregate and to figure out what we're gonna do whenever they start coming after us. Like, we don't have good outlets for that because we're so all over the place. And so I feel like we're pretty easy pickings whenever it comes to that, because a lot of people still have a lot of prejudice against pagans. They see us as just like witches. I mean, for the longest time, I mean, we were fucking persecuted up one side and down the other. Most people that were persecuted and murdered, like the Salem witches, were not witches. Bridget Bishop, first witch in Salem to be murdered. She was not a witch. She was a Christian woman that was outspoken. Scapegoat. Women, if they talk, just witch. Like, crazy. So now that they're starting to, like, say the P word more, I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. Here's the second target on my back. Yep, it's there. Bright red, loud and clear. Just, she's a gay. And a witch. Like, oh god. No! Like, insane. Insane. So I got another chopping block on, you know, for this. So fucking hell. So I'm really concerned because they're talking about pagans more and more, and especially with whoever the fucking Etsy witch thing. Now there's a whole thing going around of like, have you, like, a class action lawsuit thing going on for Etsy. And mark my words, whoever is putting in their information for this, they are keeping a list of that. Because it asks you, how, you know, have you ever purchased spell work, in quotes, witchcraft from Etsy? Yes. The next question's like, how often have you purchased? Have you purchased more than once? Have you, do you believe that what you got was truthful? Do you believe what you got actually worked? Like, all of these things that are very coded. Have you got... What was it? She turned me into a newt. A newt? Well, it got better. Like, she's got a wart on her face. They drew this. Sorry. I love Monty Python, so I can't help myself. Like, with the fucking carrot for a nose. Like, she's got a... Look at her nose. It's a crone's nose. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Is like... We're gonna
His
get
mind
to that
is his
point.
own worst enemy.
We're gonna get to that point. Thank you so much, 8-Bit. Thank you.
And it's my greatest ally.
Yay for the subbies. Get some dubs in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. For real, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, like, fucking craziness. I feel like that's gonna be the thing. I think that's gonna be the thing. They're gonna be like, yeah, let's dunk them back in water. See if that... Fucking Jesus Christ. Okay. Here's my question. It was just the World of Oz, right? Here's the question: is if you... Okay, say I do have magical powers to be able to survive this so-called dunking in the river situation, or fire, or whatever. Like, the fact that I would be able to, like, float or do whatever, wouldn't you think that would be the worst thing that you could possibly do? Because now you have a pissed off witch that is now floating above you and probably controlling some shit. Like, I don't know, opening up the earth to drop you down into the ground and then close it back up again. Or, I don't know, what's something that Scarlet Witch did whenever she went fucking bananas? You know what I mean? What's the end game here? What's the end game? If we do have magical powers, which I'm looking at my altar. Where the fuck are my magical powers at, bro? I know I do spells and shit, but like, why am I not flying? This is bullshit. Anyways, I love you though. But that's the thing is, like, what's the end game? You dunk Scarlet Witch once in that fucking water, she's gonna rise up from it and be like, oh yeah, bitches, everybody's dead. That assumes the witch is powerful. I'm thinking more of a Darian Brat fair. I mean, Putin's is a witch. I mean, he is a bitch, that's for sure. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Yeah, to demonize women is the end game. Exactly. And that's the thing, is it absolutely is the end game is you're a Geller power affair. But that's... I'm just saying, is like, if you're... The way that they have said that witches are all of these decades and years and all of that, they talk about us in the terms of, like, Scarlet Witch. And I've always been like, if you did that, how do you think this is going to end? Not just for you, but for fucking all of us. Have you seen the Multiverse of Madness? Have you not seen it? She gonna kill us all, bro. Like, we're all fucked, you know what I mean? She's gonna open up that book and go after all of us, okay? Like, but that's kind of how it's always been, is like, oh, we're gonna make you like something that a human can't escape out of, but and it results in death. That's every movie about AI. Yeah, here we are. Oh god, it's so true though. People always find a way to hate their enemies to justify. Yep, you're right. Yeah. They think we're Houdini. God, I wish. I can do this really cool magic trick. You guys ready? Alright, you ready? Oh my god! Magic. Alright, you ready? Oh! I'm good like that. Best magician in the world. Magic. Don't be too impressed, guys. I have no more tricks after that. Gasp. They also try cloning dinosaurs. It's like, oh my god, right? Oh my god. I'm like, was Jurassic Park even the herbivores, even the herbivore dinosaurs that I would love. I'm gonna be honest. I want to see a stegosaurus in real life. I would love to see a stegosaurus. I'd love to pet one. It looks docile enough that it would be an angel. However, they're like huge as fuck, and it would trample us like that. So like, what? Remember when Elon said it would end world hunger? God, I wish. I have a magic trick. I can say 23% on any labor. Or say, I have a magic trick. I can save 23% on any labor. Every time they try to open Egyptian tomb or a relic, right? Although, like, supposedly, Tut's curse actually cures cancer. And I was like, see, this is exactly what I talk about. You think that something's right and it's incorrect, like witches having like super magical powers. Why can't I ride on a broom? It is bullshit, and I'm still mad about it. I just want to ride on a broom across the moon, like the Sanderson sisters. Oh, do you think that I would not be able to stand on consecrated land then? Like, I would have to give up my ability to go to graveyards, because that would kind of suck. It would kind of suck. I would hate that. Here's a magic trick. If you can achieve this then 100% witch nowadays live on a single income, right? I think we can trace all this back to Harambe's dad. 8-bit. Harambe was the harbinger. If we wouldn't have killed Harambe, then none of this would have happened. That's the butterfly effect. Find anyone doing some fucking, right? But that, you know what? I'm gonna subscribe to it, 8-bit. I subscribe to this. If Harambe was still with us, then none of this would have happened. I think you're right. I want you to be right. Damn. We need to pour one out for Harambe. No, I'm just kidding. I have carpet, and this is coffee. Absolutely not. They spilled the blood of an innocent. You're right. Of a pure soul. Because animals have a pure soul. They're not mean. Like, they're only, like, even the, like, alligators and things like that, the only reason that they will kill a human or do whatever is because they're just hungry. They don't know any better. They're an innocent life form. Damn. We spilled the blood of an innocent, and now we have this. Son of a bitch. Who can say where the wrong goes? Anyways. Like, I need to make that as a sound clip. I do that way too often to not have it as a sound clip at this point. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. What a fucking day, you guys. What a day. Look up Sarah. Oh. Another is in Loch Ness. Yeah, Nessie is actually a turtle, I think. That's my thing. Sargal 1891. It was the beginning of the end. There were not buildings. They were tuning for. Okay, I'll bite. You know me. I'll go on a little rabbit hole adventure for funsies. Oh. Ah. I'll get into it. I'll look at it. It was the beginning of the end. They were not buildings. The tuning forks was good. Huh. Yeah, I'll look into it. I will look into it. Just for funsies. Alright. So, Tuesday. Pardon. Tuesday is Figure Fight Club night. I am going to be there. Probably making fun of the boys. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I mean, but anyways, I'm gonna be on Figure Fight Club in a few, like an hour. So I'm gonna jump off here and get some grub in my tums before I pass out from hunger. I ate earlier, but like that was at lunch, and I need my dinner. It's made out of the 1%. No, I'm just teasing. I wish. Oh, I'm gonna eat you. 1%. I'm gonna do it. Anyways. Oh no, Kaiju! And you just got here. Boo! I'm sorry, Kaiju. I just need to eat. But anyways, yes, if you guys are gonna be around tomorrow, usual time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Poor Kaiju, I know. If you're gonna be around 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, wait, no. I'm lying to you. I am lying to you. It is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Bruce has his vet appointment tomorrow at 5 p.m. Instead of a stream, we're going to all collectively cross our fingers and hope that Bruce has a little bit of a good outcome. I'm going to fight for, what is this Eastern time? It's 4 p.m. It's 7. It's 7. But yeah, let's all collectively keep our fingers crossed that Bruce gets good news. His little cyst on his tail is going down, so hopefully it goes down a little bit more tomorrow, and they don't try to get me to cut off his tail, because I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna basically go in there again and be like, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give him another round of antibiotics once this one's done. Then by that point, it will be smaller, and we will be able to cut it out. So that's how we're going to do it, and they're going to be like, okay. Be like, full stop, we're keeping his fucking tail, because I love his tail. I love it. It's just the fluffiest little thing, and I can't deal with him not having it. So, anyways, manifesting good vibes, good healing vibes for Brucey. But anyways, I will see you guys then on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be chit-chatting about the news. I'm sure that there's going to be a fuckload that's going to go down. Hopefully not, but we're living in America, so. But anyways, I will see you guys 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, and if you're not following me on my other social media platforms, please do, jennasaywhat.com/links. Every link is there. If you are not following me on Instagram, please do. I'm back in 10.9K purgatory, and I can never escape it, so it's driving me insane. But anyways, I will catch you guys on Thursday. I'll let you guys know on my stories about Bruce. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. You never know what's going to happen around you, so just be safe out there, guys. It's getting wild. And also, drink your water. It's important. And I will see you guys later. Bye!